All right. See if we can make a couple more connections. All right, one more coin flip. 25% chance. Never punished, baby! As you're gliding across the docking concourse, you hear a scuffle. The noise of raised voices cuts through the conversation, drifting out of the dockside shops. Glancing down an alley, you see the huddle of figures shouting back and forth. You spot one man in the middle of the group, surrounded, pushing the others back as they grab at the bags slung over his shoulder. You don't like the way this looks. Then again, Serpent told you to keep your head down. I'm liking these in-story skill checks. It gives more meaning to our stats than beyond modifying dice rolls. Let's cause a distraction. Neutral. You look around for something that could break up the fight and see the thick cooling pipes running down the alley wall. You quickly try to understand the system and choose a valve to start spinning. As you do, the system begins to vent in sequence down the alley, violent jets randomly bursting into the air. There's a scramble in the alley, and you spot the figure who is being attacked drop down to the alley floor. And your vision instantly fills with pale liquid as a jet of coolant jumps out nearby, missing you, but sending you spinning in 0G. After a few moments, you manage to steady yourself. As you do, you see a clear alley, the assailants having fled, with one figure gliding towards you. Suppose you think that was clever. The man gives you a severe look. Like to break up fights you didn't start? He laughs. Now it's gonna eat you up. Shifts the large bag on his shoulder. Weightless, but unwieldy in 0G. I'm helping. Man laughs. Well, shakes his head. Thanks, I guess. He kicks off and drifts past you. You watch the man go, and then, after a moment, he stops and turns back. He rubs his forehead, looking down as he does. What's your deal anyway? He sighs. Maybe you're new here, but Hexport's no place for do-gooders. I know what it's like. Did you get beat up? Man shakes his head. Hexport's got real tough. Look, let's not hang around, alright? Man pats his chest. I'm Femi. He unshoulders one of the bags and pushes it towards you. Make yourself useful. Let's head. Get the strap of the bag over your shoulder and follow him through the docks, gliding past the concourse towards the connecting bridges. He cuts down a side passage, looking back to check you're following. And he stops at a docking bridge, connecting to a dull green ship with yellow markings. You look out the viewing window at its odd catamaran-like shape, seemingly built from two separate hulls welded together. Symbol crash, he says. You assume that's the ship's name. Femi, you bringing in strays? A young woman, brightly dressed and stretching as she glides, drifts into the passage. She glances at you. No offense. I love these pants. I want these pants, actually. I think that's really cool. It's sort of like the yellow to orange, and then these like bright, like aquamarine patterns on them, and then just character design is so cool in this game. Yeah. Femi shakes his head. This one raises your shoulder. I fed off some Hexport scum while you were busy sunning yourself. Nia raises an eyebrow. I'm sure gonna handle them, big brother. The glib response hides the flash of concern that passes across her face. Can't tell if Femi noticed. Nia turns to you. Thanks. You smile sweetly. I'm sorry for my brother. She shoots him a glance. Just in general. Nia, Femi murmurs. Enough now. He reaches over and takes the bag you were carrying. Nia rolls her eyes at you and stays silent. Factory Row wouldn't take these. Demi hefts the bags. We'll load them back up. Maybe we'll find a use for them. Turns back to you. Thanks for the assist, Slipper. He nods firmly. Not what I expected. Slaps a button for the bridge door and kicks off along the docking bridge on his way to the symbol crash. Nia looks at you with raised eyebrows. I hope my brother was joking? Or did you really help him? I tried. Thank you. He looks back at the ship. My brother needs more help than he admits. What do you mean? She tenses. I don't know if... He smiles a tight smile. I shouldn't have said anything. She pauses, thinking. I want to ask you something. She takes a deep breath, gives you a direct look. What is she building up to? Are you looking for a crew? He looks away. Sorry to be direct, but you seem like, well, you're on Hexport. Maybe you're with a crew. She stops herself. I mean, maybe your crew needs crew, but maybe you're looking. I happen to be. She struggles to hide her smile. Nia looks back at the ship, then at you. Look, I'll be honest. Being on a crew with my big brother is nice, but he is suffocating me. She frowns at her own bluntness. I'm not a kid anymore, you know? He still sees me like one. She shrugs. I want to show him I can handle myself. Any experience. And run some contracts. He gives you a determined look. What do you say? I'll think about it. I'm a good salvager, all right? You can use me. She smiles. I can spot things, find gaps, ways in. Folds her arm across her chest. I know what I'm doing. Femi taught me well. She glances back at the ship. Just consider it, all right? Let me prove myself. Suddenly, a shout comes from the ship, echoing down the passage. Femi. It makes you both nervous. Nia looks in his direction. I should go. She pushes off towards the docking bridge. I'll be waiting. Nia gives you one last glance as she departs, then disappears into the docking bridge, leaving you alone in the passage. Minor drive complete. Interesting. Can't do anything with one skill point, though. It says crew available. How do I get her aboard my crew is now my question. I'm worried if I click this, it will immediately take me there. I don't want to do that. Let's end our cycle and see what happens. All right, we got some big bucko numbers. I want to get more supplies before we fly out to the place. We can work the data defusal. It says big buco money. Thing is I don't want to buy supplies individually because I noticed the discount if you buy them all in a batch. Next cycle, I need to eat at the canteen. Okay. Ow. Okay, so negative outcome is we lose energy. That sucks. All right, let's gamba. Star and Stoker, baby. 5 cryo. Let's go. All right, we'll sleep. Hopefully he gets 1 supply. Okay. No problem. We get 4 energy. It might be better just set him on odd jobs. Buy supplies. We'll get a little bit of money here. Okay, now what happens if I click here? I feel like I should maybe use all of my dice. I feel like that's what I should do. Okay, and I'd rather not lose energy, so we will just gamba. Nice. Also, I wanted to turn the audio down a little bit. Still feels like it's coming up to the limit pretty consistently. All right, I think that's a little bit more balanced. Okay. Let's go to the Conway Signal. Okay, so he has to come. Interesting. This is how this works. Okay. The Ginny will only come with us to the Solheim. Nice. Got a pretty nice rounded set of skills. And away we go. It's a drone. Serpent spots the signal source first. The light barely shimmering off its dark hull plating. A design trait that betrays its covert use. Okay, so it'll refresh our dice traveling out there. Our supplies is, I think, how we're going to refill our dice. A flash catches your attention. What's this? Maybe we're going to see what the broken dice mean. A flash catches your attention. You see a rent in the hull, through which red lights pulse. Wounded. Serpent shakes his head. Wish they'd finished the job. You've seen one before? Seraphin looks back over his shoulder towards you. We've seen one before, don't you? He sighs. Sorry. I know it isn't your fault. He looks at the drone. Lane had us work on one in a dark side bay. It was barely a shell. Disarmed and deactivated. And just searching through its guts for salvage. Even that one gave me the creeps. It had its core ripped out. He pushes the ship closer. This one is still alive. Conway. Nia kisses her teeth. Kisses her teeth. I've never heard that turn of phrase before. I'm not exactly I'm not exactly sure what that looks like. I'm gonna be honest. Is it like a grimace? Like where you're pulling your lips back to your teeth? Corporate scum. Glance over at her. See the fire in her bright eyes. Don't even dare to come over here and force us out themselves. It's all proxies and drones. She shakes her head. Typical corporate cowards. Run into them before? She glances at you. You might say that. She looks out at the drone. Won't see me taking my eyes off that thing for a second. Seraphin carefully glides the ship closer. You watch the drone. System is full of these things now, running missions for their operators. Rare to see one out in the belt, though. You got hit during run-in with Sinet Stat Mercs? Looks like it's drifting. Most of the system's blown out. Look, there. He jabs a finger towards a red light on the far side of the drone. Still broadcasting. Maybe even receiving. Can it attack us? Unlikely. Seraphin smiles. Would have blasted us already if it could. Comforting. Nia looks nervous. Seraphin brings you ever closer. I remember from the dark side job that the central core and the broadcast array need to be shut off to kill these things. Core will turn off local systems. The broadcast array will sever the link with the Conway operators. Seraphin swallows. You can bet those systems are protected. Let him explain. Your attention is suddenly drawn by a shudder from the drone, like a tremor running along its length. This thing is rigged to blow sleeper. He frowns. You go slow and careful. We don't touch anything we don't know about. Turns back to Nia. You hear that? I got you. You look sincere. Seraphin brings the rig to a stop, close enough for you to cross through open space to reach the drone's hull. Let's suit up. You head down to the airlock to prepare. As you get suited up, you think of the corporate war taking place in the inner system. The war that this drone was driven from. Out here on the shore of the conflict, the biggest danger is that this flotsam and jetsam drifting in with the tides and orbits of the systems might, one cycle, bring the war with it. For now, the belt is outside of its reach, but looking out at the red pulsing drone, it doesn't give you much comfort. 2 dice to each crew member. Okay, so contract can stress. They have their own dice. Interesting. It's a really nice way to round out your skills, which makes me feel like this game isn't going to be one where you can max all your stats. Because the way this system tells me is that it wants you to specialize in a few things and then use connections and allies to shore up the areas you might be weak in. Is what I'm taking away from this. We'll see how much it plays true to that. So we got 4 and it blows up. So our ship, hull damage, access hatch. We got some pretty shit rolls to start with. Nia has some shit rolls. Seraphin does have a decent one. I'm guessing we can only assign their dice on actions that correspond to a skill they have. Create an opening. Identify a route. Access hatch. None of us are engineers! We're all fucked on that one. Okay. Yeah, I gotta... As stress increases, you have a higher chance of taking damage from your action dice each time you roll them. I see. Positive. Okay, hull damage. Okay, so we can assign things that they're bad at. Noted. Might as well try this. Fuck. That's not good. I don't want to burn my ones. We're gonna end cycle. Resupply. Ooh, baby! Now that's a spicy mamma jamma. Oh, Nia rolled pretty swagtastically herself. Time for me to hack this hatch. Call me the hatch hacker. I'm in. You hear the bleeping immediately. Among the chambers and cabling of the drone's interior, something has started counting down. Guys? Nia's voice comes hissing through the suit's comm channel. Anyone's hear that? Because I'm getting nervous. Shit. Seraphin's voice joins her. This is what I was worried about. Are we screwed? I can't be sure. Seraphin has dropped his voice to a whisper, as if that might make a difference. Either this thing is about to send out a distress call, or it's about to blow. Got to shut the system down fast. He pauses. We move on to the other side. I bet you there's a surprise waiting for us there too. We good? Nia sounds tense. I heading back to the ship or what? Seraphin cuts in. We're good. Keep going. Shuts off the channel. We take a moment in the silence. All right. Time to deal with this fast. Then get over to the other side before something happens. All right, I've got 3 cycles to deal with this. Oh, shit. Oh, Nia, you got this. Shit. Disconnect that shit. Let's fucking go. All right. Got that cracked. Now we need to get this open. And we're gonna go with the fitty. 75-25. Nice, nice. I've already used my push ability. Thanks, though. End cycle. Supplied. No energy loss. All right, well, we got a 6 here. Good shit, good shit. Great, plus stress. Drone stress and personal stress. That sucks. That's good. That's bad. Fuck. So I think our next drone stress, we're fucked. Uh-oh. Taking damage to a dice because of stress. Your dice are rolled at the start of the cycle. Your stress dictates if they take damage or not. Higher stress means higher chance of damage. The white markers above the stress bar tell you which numbers will damage your dice when rolled. Ooh. Ooh. Balls. All right. No. Let's have Nia use... Shit. I need to use a guarantee. I got a guarantee. And hopefully, whatever happens next, we can deal with it. Is VTuber Studio okay? Hold on a second. Why am I freezing? What is sucking on my CPU? This fucking piece of shit again. I wish I knew what the hell this was. There we go. From 100 to 30% CPU. Yeah, that was a whole bunch of shit. All right, now we gotta hack the broadcast. All right, easy. That's my job, baby. The thrumming, pulsing interior of the drone goes still for the first time since you boarded it. You look across at Seraphin and Nia and share a smile. You all exhale so loudly it can be heard over the suit's shared comm channel. The drone is dead. One less piece of Conway shit to worry about. Nia grins. We killed it. Don't get too excited. Seraphin cuts in. It was looking pretty rough when we got here. You make your way back out of the hole. The drone now faintly rolling in one direction. Its stabilizers offline. Nia catches up with you as you glide towards the rig. We make a pretty good crew, Sleeper. We do. Nia grins widely, punches you on the arm playfully. You reach the rig's airlock. Take one last look at the drone's a dark hole. It catches the light as it rolls in the vacuum. At some point in the near future, this drone will likely be smashed to pieces by one of the many asteroids of the belt, spread across this place as twinkling dust. The thought pleases you, as does the thought of all that cryo Hexport now owes you. Time to go collect. -5 stress during travel. Okay. Why would I want to stay? Leave. My dice remain damage. Interesting. After docking at Hexport, Seraphin let go of the controls, leans back in his chair. Nia leans over you. Thank you, Sleeper. She stretches. I know you took a chance on me. Glad to have you. Nia smiles, an infectious smile. Feels good to make a contract work. Seraphin smiles. No matter how we pull it off. Or not to agree. Feels better when the Hexport courier comes with a lockbox full of chits. Lane may still be hunting you, but this should help the effort to slip his net. Suddenly, you hear a familiar voice. Nia! Femi glides into view, approaching from the docks. He fixes you with the stare. What are you playing at, Sleeper? Nia wanted to come. You go to speak, but Nia drifts forward, cutting you off. Don't come throwing your weight around, Femi. I can make my own decisions. He glances back at you. Sleeper took me at my word. I'm grateful. Femi is fuming. Did they now? He turns to you. Well, if you're working for Sleeper, I hope they paid you well. Nia looks away. Well, I asked, so... Femi smiles. Oh, so they aren't paying you? Seraphin crosses his arms. Keep this civil. Guys, this is the first time he's meeting Femi. We're being civil. Seems like Nia is owed her share. Femi fixes you with a severe look. Of course. Why wouldn't I? We are in this together, comrade. You grab around a quarter of the chits from the lockbox and hold them out to Nia. She takes them sheepishly. All right, then. Femi smiles. We're good here. He turns to leave. Nia mouths a sorry and follows Femi across the docks. Seraphin watches them go. Sure know how to pick 'em, Sleeper. He shakes his head. He turns away and heads back along the docking bridge. I just hope we aren't going to end up a stack of cryo short when we need to get out of here. Yeah, I can upgrade my push. I would re-roll +1 die. Yeah, if I can get this up to re-rolling... So... Ooh, and it updated the text of it. Nice. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go for quantity of re-rolls. Or maybe... -2 stress if a reroll is 6. I might take that one and then a +1. Might be worth switching. Oh, I have to unlock that separately. Ooh, I see. Interesting. Okay. Now, okay. This did advance while we were out. You see. We have exactly enough fuel. We need to get a lot more supplies, though. These dice are shit. Do some data defusal. My question is how the fuck am I gonna repair this die that got damaged? Do you want to have... Oh, it's not a discount. Never mind. I'm a potato. Okay, well then never mind. I'll just fucking fill my supplies up. Why not? Fill up my fuel too, just in case. Alright, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cycles. Do a bit of gamba. Flip a coin. Lost 4 cryo. Flip a coin. Lost 4 cryo. Flip a coin. And 5 cryo. Alright, well, we're just... Very well then. Let's go ahead and head to the Solheim ship then. Shiro! Hi! Hello, hello. Stop! Look! What are you looking for? No problem. Thanks for stopping on by. I hope the work has been swift and Uninteresting. Not exciting. Okay, I guess we have to take Junie. Let's head out to our contract. Not too bad of a starting role, it looks like. You know, a nice medium plus. The Solheim derelict fills the cockpit windows, all twisted plates and skeletal strutwork. You watched it in horror and fascination as Seraphin completed the approach, both of you silent in the presence of this decaying beast. Now, as you settle beside it, Seraphin is the first to break the silence. This thing is already dead. He shakes his head. The corpse, sleeper. He nudges the ship closer, looking for a place to dock. I touched this thing too hard and it'll crumble into dust. What were you expecting? I was expecting... Seraphin squints as he adjusts the rig's thrust. Scrap contract, like you said. Not a death trap. Except there! That's the bridge! Junie points towards one end of the ship. Both of you and Seraphin turn around, having forgotten she was even in the cockpit. She hasn't said a word since you departed. She glances at both of your bemused faces. What? She looks away. Sorry, it's just... That's where we need to go. She stops pointing. Seraphin nods towards Junie. She's not wrong, Sleeper. The bridge would be a good start. Let's ask the wreck first, just in case. Junie settles silently back into her seat. She looks away, out of the cockpit. You're unsure if she's upset or just embarrassed. Carefully, Seraphin brings the ship close to the derelict and guides it along the hull. The rig's lights ripple over the broken surface, finding gaps and cracks everywhere. It's remarkable that this derelict is still held together. Shit! Seraphin hisses as a huge spinning piece of debris drifts in front of the cockpit. He pushes the rig down beneath it, squeezing between the debris and the hull. As he does so, an ear-splitting screech signals the rig scraping across the derelict's skin. You freeze for a moment, waiting for the breach sirens to sound. But the moment passes and you relax. You glance at Seraphin. His face betrays no emotion. This isn't safe. Seraphin shakes his head. We're gonna find somewhere better to settle our ship. We need to suit up and work our way along the hull on foot. Look back at Junie and see her still in her seat, eyes wide. You okay? Junie looks at you. There's a sudden, unfamiliar hardness in her eyes that surprises you. A moment later, it's gone, and her gaze softens. I'm okay. She smiles, a flat smile. Don't worry. Seraphin brings the ship away from the derelict's hull, an inch at a time, and slowly brings it round to settle close to a mostly intact hull plate. The section is fairly free of debris. He nudges the ship a little closer. Be good to hold here. Seraphin unclips from his seat. You and Junie follow suit. As you all glide down towards the airlock, Junie silently follows. Can't help but feel judged. As you reach the airlock, Seraphin begins suiting up. We're lucky. A little collision hasn't started a cascade that will end with this place coming apart under our feet. Seraphin violently kicks his legs into a set of Eva trousers, clearly irritated by his own carelessness. Stay silent. This is a delicate job, Junie says quietly, almost to herself. The data core will be fragile. She casts a furtive glance in the direction of you and Seraphin. Very fragile. Understood. Junie nods appreciatively. The rest of the preparation process takes place in tense silence, each of you considering the delicate job ahead. You sit up too. Though you don't need a helmet to breathe, you slide one on and lock the seals for protection. The wreck isn't going to give up at salvage easily. The core should be near the bridge, maybe even inside it. There's a lot of wreck here. Might be some good salvage tucked away in the cargo hold. Once the suits are on and the seals are checked, you cycle the lock and stare out at the vast expanse of the twisted hulk before you. Time to get to work. All right. Ooh. Ah, we're starting with 2, I see. So we have multiple possible events as this thing advances. Okay. Clear the cargo doors. Find an access point. I guess I can attempt on those. What about down here? Oh, we're all fucked on dissecting the lock. Okay, we can have Junie work on this. Are you serious? Okay, so that's a crisis. Where's the crisis? Hull breach. Great. Literally my worst possible, and I just used the dice from my one person who's good at this. Well, I'm already fucking this up majorly. Great. 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 Okay, entry into there. Storage. Map the bays. Nice. Nice. Deep bays. Okay, that's, Junie can extract raw scrap, so I need to work on the corroded airlock. One 50-50. Fuck. I need to get this lock open. Fuck! Well, I brought a whole bunch of extra supplies. But, I might have just fucked myself. Depends if this is a 2 or a 3 on a big success. It's only 2. Great. Gotta burn a 6. Negative outcome. Great. Roll my 2 lowest dice. Okay, he got stress. Please! No! No! Fuck! Great. I basically fucked this all up. I'm fucked. Fucking hell, man. Really? And he rolls low, the one person I need to roll high. What's the other place? Okay, this one I can actually handle. Okay, we can get this one shut off at least. Great. Still gonna activate another crises, so nothing I can do about that. Might as well as try and use my other characters. They have some free stress. Come on, come on, win the coin flip. Please. End cycle. This is a frustrating death spiral. Fuel leak. Literally none of us can do anything about the fuel leak. All right, we're on a timer now. Okay, it's either 2 cycles or 3 cycles. That's assuming I don't make any more fuck-ups. Alright, we got into the bridge. The bridge of the derelict lies silent. The pale beams of your suit lamps catch rows of terminals and clouds of glittering dust. Wires wave like seaweed. The whole scene appears as if underwater. Chaotic, but still. Junie glides past you, disturbing the dust and taking you by surprise as she does. She's been a stoic presence so far, but in this moment, she seems drawn forward by some force of curiosity. You watch as she bats away debris and begins checking terminals. Let her work. She's already prying an access panel off of one of the more intact-looking terminals. As she does, puffs of rust color the vacuum around her red. Approach her. She turns back to the terminal and finishes prying off the plate. Then, quickly, she reaches inside, fishing around for something. Her hand comes back out with a waving cable topped with a thick connector. As soon as she sees it, she slips a keyboard-sized deck out from somewhere on her person, runs her hand across the back until she finds the right port and slots in the connector. All of this happens in a few seconds. The routine practiced and precise. Or not to be impressed. Nicely done. We'll see, he says, so quietly it seems mostly to herself. Junie's fingers dance across the deck's keyboard, and a burst of static lights up the Solheim terminal screen. A sudden burst of light and color takes you by surprise. Junie's fingers tap away, the terminal screen flashing with blocks of color and lines of code. It buzzes and vibrates, its long-dead systems forced back into chaotic life. Then all at once, it goes dark. The terminal is dead. Shit! Junie hisses beneath her breath. Useless! Cannot tell if the insult is directed at the terminal or herself. What are you doing? She looks up at you, as if she was just waking up from a dream. Looking for something useful. She pauses. Useful for the contract, that is. She glances down. Map of the ship. Plans. You know. The crater with the data core can't be far. She pushes off from the terminal, gliding away from you. I'll start looking, she calls back, and heads to the other side of the bridge. Serpent glides up beside you. Everything all right? What do you think of Junie? The kid? Serpent shrugs. You did better than me. Keeps to herself. He squints at her retreating form. Serpent stretches in his suit. I have to admit, nice to be back working, especially now that we are the ones who will reap the benefits. He claps you on the shoulder. Feels good to be taking our fate into our own hands. It's pretty rough back there, back on Hexport. Out here, we're just as likely to get shredded by debris as find the damn data core. Aren't you glad we made a break for it? He pauses and looks down, having asked the question almost by accident. I mean, I am. I just don't want to speak for you. I'm glad too. Seraphin smiles. You'd better be. And give up that little dark side cupboard I was living in for nothing. He laughs at his own joke. Look, Seraphin checks his suit's wrist seals. Once we've got a bit of space behind us, once we've got a distance, if we even manage to get that far, he furrows his brow. Don't feel you owe me. No charity case. You want us to go our separate ways? Fine by me. He meets your eyes. Just do me the favor of telling me to my face. I will. Seraphin nods, but doesn't respond. After a moment, he shines his torch out into the dark, checking the rows of terminals all across the bridge. Watch them glittering dust as it eddies in the beam. Seraphin sighs. Let's get to it. You watch as he crosses the bridge, his torch probing the dark corners. You feel a chill run through your body as you imagine the people that once ran this ship, the Solheim crew, surely long dead. What was it like before the collapse? And this system was the jewel in Solheim's crown. It's impossible to know. That history is lost to you now. All you can do is pick what you can from its ruins. Right? Can we get the core before we're fucked? All right. Junie has a couple good die here. Great. Guess we're gonna find out what happens when it fills up. One of our dice broke. Great. Chat, I don't know if we're gonna be able to complete this contract. We might be fucked. Okay, we got the data core location. I don't have enough dice. I don't know, even if we get positive on every single roll, I'm not sure we can still get it. Fuck! And then next cycle, we lose, I guess. There's a horrifying lurch. You're sent spinning through the bay you were crossing in a hail of debris. You watch as the side of the bay silently tears open in front of you. A gaping black maw, toothed with flying debris. You stare into it, your breath heavy in your ears, your eyes wide. Suddenly, you feel a tug on your back. You're tethered! As you spin back from the sudden arrest of your glide, you see Seraphin holding onto the other end, reeling you towards him. You have to go, sleeper. His voice comes urgently over the comms channel. This place is done. You both make your way up through the splitting derelict in silence, charting a path through what were once passageways that are now twisted tubes, like the intestinal tract of some dead creature. Eventually, you make it out onto the surface and find that the rig is still tethered, but gashed with debris and scars. You and Seraphin exchange concerned looks. We're gonna pay for this. Looks over the damage. Hope she still flies. You tether together and push off from the hull, Seraphin guiding you through the debris. Below you, the derelict is exploding in slow motion, tearing apart into a swarm of razor-edge shards. All this and no core. Seraphin fumes. Now the rig's torn up too. You don't have much to offer in answer. He's right. Seems the job was a disaster. You just hope it isn't terminal. It's gone. Junie's voice comes through faintly over the comms. You must already be on the ship. The whole ship is falling apart. No shit, Seraphin answers back. Contract's a bust. What a waste, Junie says quietly, and then the channel clicks off. You arrive at the rig's airlock and bundle yourself inside, noticing the exterior damage. Looks mostly superficial, but will no doubt take its toll on the ship. Once you're back in the cockpit, You look out at the derelict, shattered form. Seems you'll be its last visitors. Fuck. Wow, we were so fucked. Because none of us are good at engineering stuff. And then those crises just ate so much dice trying to deal with them. I'm wondering if we're gonna start this game with a game over. Hey, Ash, bro. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I love the little tiny snake. It's so cute. It's so awesome. It was made by Velvi. They do amazing work. I hope you're having a good evening, Ash Bell. And if you're artin' and fartin', I hope it's some good shit. I'm pretty sure we are dead. I'm pretty sure we're gonna die. As you arrive into Hexport, Junie speaks up from the back of the cockpit. I need to speak to both of you. On the journey back, you noticed a change in Junie, a hardening. Now she seems very different from the nervous hacker you first brought with you. I know we failed to extract the core, Junie sighs, but I wanted to be honest with you about why I came. I don't work for Karsten. Perhaps that was obvious. I didn't want to bring him the core. You and Seraphin exchange glances. You would have taken it? She looks away. I don't know, Sleeper. Yes, perhaps I would have. But I also would have spoken to you, explained myself. Do you just know how many of those cores are left intact? Junie suddenly looks gripped by emotion. Like it or not, we live in Solheim's shadow, in their ruins. Yet we know almost nothing. The chance we have of understanding how we got here when others like them, like Sinetstad and Conway, are descending on this system. This station and most of the other habitats of the belt are built on a Solheim foundation. She frowns. Yet we are too busy scavenging them to make the time to look for answers. And like Karsten want nothing but the raw materials of cores, like the one we lost. She shakes her head. We could do better. We could learn our history and how this system was settled. We could better learn the technology we built our lives on. We could uncover Solheim's crimes and seek to make amends. She meets your eye. You could see beyond survival, towards something else. You've never heard Junie speak like this. You realize what you've taken for her nervousness was actually control. This person in front of you, mourning a data core, is the real Junie. Not that it matters. She glances away. It's all lost now. Keep your honesty. Seraphin cuts in. It's worthless to us. He completes the landing protocols and begins shutting the rig's engines off. You don't have time for confessions. Junie looks crestfallen. Karsten won't come for you. That's what you're worried about. He's ignorant and stubborn, but he isn't vengeful. Is not what we were worried about. Seraphin gives her a pointed look. Explain to Junie. Tell Junie about the feed lines Karsten has. About you and Seraphin fleeing something. Can't run further without them. Junie nods along, her eyes darting back and forth, as if trying to calculate something in her mind. Seraphin turns to you. You have any bright ideas when I get those feed lines? Now would be the time, Sleeper. There's another way. Junie interrupts. I can help you steal the feed lines. She stares at both of you with determination. We can do it together. Damn, Junie. I know you fucked up that last mission, but you know what? Ride or die, motherfuckers. Seraphin looks at you with raised eyebrows. Seems he's noticing the change in Junie, too. Karsten is an idiot. I can act as security and you can pull them out of there. He looks at Seraphin. You seem tough enough. She shrugs. We can do it. Hey, welcome to the cigarette, Liberty. I hope you enjoy your time here. My help. Junie looks between the two of you. Hexport hasn't exactly been kind to me. You two trusted me, even though I didn't deserve it. I'm not used to that. I want to repay it. Not to mention that Karsten is probably ripping you off. If you get enough cryo, what's to say he won't raise his price? Trust me, he's no good. I was trying to deal with Craftsman to get those derelict coordinates from the moment I arrived here, and he ran me in circles. She shakes her head. Seraphin is watching her closely. Even if I do take you at your word, which, given everything, seems a little tough, would we even do this? He raises an eyebrow. Tell me we just drift in there and take the feed lines? Look, I get it. You don't trust me. She pauses. What if I had a vested interest in this working out? There's nothing left for me here. I don't much feel like hanging around waiting for Carson to figure out my involvement in all this. I need safe passage. You need the feed lines to grant it. She allows herself a smile. See where I'm going with this? Seraphin sighs. I don't like it. He pauses. It makes sense. What do you think, Sleeper? We all get something. Community together. Exactly. Junie smiles. Let me prepare. I'll hit the factory row. Scope the place out. Meet me there and we can work out a plan. She glances between the two of you. Trust me, we can find a way. We'll keep it simple. Clean. Let's get to it. Okay then. Junie smiles. Trust me, this is going to work. I'll go scope out the bay we need in factory row. We should split up. Less likely for Craston to suspect us. Meet me there in a few and we can finish setting up. Junie unclips from her seat, floating. I want to show you I can be trusted. We can do this. She looks between the two of you. Believe that, please. And with that, she slips away down the passage towards the airlock and Hexport beyond. You look at Seraphin. I'm saying nothing, Sleeper. He unclips from his seat too. Either this is the kind of mess you have to go through to get out the other side, or it's the kind you never escape. Either way, we're in it now. He leaves the cockpit. You stare at the chaotic lights of Hexport and wonder if anything in the starboard belt ever runs smoothly. Seraphin wakes you gently. Sleeper, we're out of time. He checks the door to the bunks. And you hear a faint banging on the corridor beyond. He turns back and meets your eye. They're here. What do you mean? Plane. Seraphin hisses out the name. Released as hunters. They've locked the ship into the station. Seraphin grimaces. We can't release the docking bridge. Our credentials are being refused. Trapped. A sudden banging echoes through the ship. Seraphin looks away towards the source of the sound. I don't know if they know we're here. They certainly want to get in. He shakes his head. I reckon we have minutes before they get out the cutting torch. What do we do? The feed lines are a bust. They aren't going to happen now. Best chance is to burn out of here as fast as we can and hope our drift takes us to a station where when we run out of fuel. He sighs. At least we might live a few more cycles before we starve. I'm already starving. Problem is, we need to release the lock Hexport has on us. Otherwise, we aren't going anywhere. Seraphin looks down. And I need to pilot the ship. What I'm saying is, I have to release the lock. Exactly. I'm sorry, Sleeper. He gives you a dark look. There's some big manual release levers inside the docking bridge itself. To get them, you're gonna have to go out through the airlock. Swallows hard.
Ah! What the heck? What the heck? Ah! Ah! So many people! Liberate! What are you doing? Oh,
Playing. Ooh, some Pokemon Fire Red, Leaf Green. Nice. You
didn't lock in, Jeffrey! Jeffrey! Jeffrey, you didn't lock in! You fucking died! Damn it, Jeffrey! How could you betray us, Jeffrey?
I don't know who Jeffrey is, but damn it, they need to lock in. Thank you for the raid. Hello, everyone. Hi. Liberty, I know how exhausting streaming is. So if you need a raid and run, that is no scale off of my tail. At the very least, I hope you can take a bit of a relax, you know, kick back, stand up, wiggle it out, leave a piss, take a water, probably grab some water different from the place you piss, but like, I mean, you do you. I mean, I'm not an adult in your vicinity. If you don't know me, I'm Dreki Draconic Serpent, Flightless Dragon, or simply Worm on the internet. Yes. Yes. This is a, this was made by Velvi. Velvi does amazing, adorable artworks. I love Velvi. Velvi does good stuff. This is my chibi form. My full worm form. Ah! Yes. This one is made by Sapphire, which I need to update that because she has finally got it onto Blue Sky. But yes. What, Rayon? Do you not want a golden delight? A golden gay time, even? Australia is a very silly place. No, so actually, funny story. The Rion, you don't Rion, you've never heard of a golden gay time? Oh, one of today's 10,000. If nobody knows what a golden gay time is, I just realized I have to save an image, and then I can open it in OBS, image, browse, desktop, actual desktop, you fucking son of a fuck. Users, me, desktop. What is my alphabet? There is my alphabet. This is the golden gay time. It's a it's an ice cream. It's one of those ice cream popsicle things, and it's got like a granola crumble thing encrusting it. But it's an Australian snack. But anyway, yeah, so my original model, this model is actually based on one of my pets. The base model Serpent is a Hog Island boa, but they're naturally very hypomelanistic because they're very like hands and kind of like orange saddles. And I wanted a bit of color because it was looking a little too bland. And since it's a South American locality species of boa, I took some inspiration from the Mesoamerican Quetzalcoatl, easy pull. So that's where we get all the feathers and stuff. But like, I can't actually fly, so I'm more related to Jormungandr than old Kets themselves. It's just a bit of a like convergent evolution situation. Like, you know, you're in the jungle, you tend to have a bit of a vibrant plumage. It's just how things are. But we are playing Citizen Sleeper 2. If you don't know what this game is about, this game is a very cyberpunky sort of game. It has some interesting mechanics as far as using dice. You're coming in on the heels of us horribly, terribly fucking everything up, and I might die and have to start over. So we'll see how that goes. A series of unfortunate events occurred on us. Welcome to the Ziggurat. I hope y'all enjoy your time here.